Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope you can all hear me and see me. If not, don't hesitate to write it in the chat right below. Welcome to our Meet the Clinic event, and welcome to my IVF Answers platform and the European Fertility Society, which has been created to support, raise awareness, and educate patients struggling with fertility. Today, I would like to present you our clinic, ReproGenesis, based in Czech Republic, city of Brno. Before we start, I would like to inform you that the event is anonymous and is going to be recorded and published on my IVF Answers YouTube channel. I will start with a presentation of our clinic with some basic information regarding the treatment, and then we will move to the question and answer session, where you can type your questions in the chat section and I will address them one by one afterwards. So don't be shy. I'm here for you. If you are all ready, we can move on to the presentation. So first of all, let's meet the clinic with some picture. Here you have our beautiful villa, which is situated in city of Brno, second largest city of Czech Republic. We have a beautiful garden and a possibility of parking, so it's very approachable and fine for patients. For the location, we are closer to Austria and Slovakia. If we compare it to Prague, we are more on the south. So it is better to fly to Vienna or Bratislava and then rent a car or go by public transport, train, the best. I would like to say that we are a small clinic comparing to the others, and I myself and I think all our team consider it as something that's very good for us, because when you have a small team, you can still do big miracles, and also you can take care of every patient individually, which is very important for us, of course. That means that each couple undergoing treatment has their own IVF coordinator and only one doctor that is following their case. Another thing that is very, very important for all of you, I would say, because when you are dealing with an IVF journey, you want it to handle it right away. That is why you are interested in a time delay. When you make the first contact with us, we will try to find you a consultation with our doctor as soon as possible, meaning 2 or 3 weeks, and then we can start with the treatment immediately. Another thing, very important and of course followed by everybody, is the success rate. I myself am taking care partially of statistics, and I can say that thanks to our professional team and the newest technologies and very good care, we have a guarantee of high success in the number of pregnancies achieved. When you decide to do the IVF in Czech Republic, there are some things in law that you need to know. The IVF treatment is available only to couples, not individuals, and the couple has to be heterosexual. We can treat only a couple of one man and one woman. What is also important is the age limit. In Czech Republic is 49 years old. If the woman is older, we are sorry, but we can't help her. And when you are interested in some of the donor programs, the donation in Czech Republic is anonymous. You have some basic information about your donor, and you can have some health information if it's necessary, but that's it. Okay, so when you decide for the country, let's say, then you have to decide what kind of treatment you will need. That is why our coordinator will ask you to fill out a questionnaire, which will help us to know your basic anamnesis. And there are some test results you need to share with us. Then one of our IVF specialists will go through all of that, and he will decide what is the best form of treatment for you. There, I think everybody attending today knows what these forms are, so just we will go through them quickly. Probably almost everybody starts with intrauterine insemination, which is, let's say, the baseline for the IVF, almost without hormones, but not with very good success rate. Then you can choose, let's say, lighter version of IVF, that is IVF in a natural cycle or minimal stimulation, both requiring a smaller dose of hormones. Then you have the classic IVF. I think we don't have to talk about that much. Then we have the donor program, where we can offer you donor eggs, donor sperm, or donor embryos. There is no problem for our clinic. And the last is the social freezing program, which is, I would say, more and more popular in our country the last years, but maybe in your country is already very frequent. Okay, so once our doctor recommends you the best form of treatment for you, we are moving on to our lab, where the magic happens. And here you have some embryological methods which are used every time in the treatment, and which can be added to your treatment if you wish. The first, ICSI, or intracytoplasmic sperm injection, is a micromanipulation procedure that involves the careful selection of high-quality, well-formed sperm with good motility. That is the baseline for our embryologists, and we use it every time. The second, embryo cultivation, again, it's a part of IVF process where embryos are allowed to grow in an artificial medium. And the third, assisted hatching, is a simple and safe method to help the embryo out of the pellucid zone, and is considered as obligatory for our embryologists. Then we have three most popular methods at our clinic, which can be added to your treatment. The first, embryo monitoring, which help us to survey the embryos through the whole embryo development without touching them. So it means we put them in a special incubator, and they can grow easily and without disturbing them. Then we have embryo glue, which is a unique medium that contains a high concentration of a protein, hyaluronan, in addition to the nutrients and energy sources needed for proper embryo development. This solution is very popular, and it can be used for fresh transfer, but also for the transfer of frozen embryo. And of course, we can offer you the PGD testing, pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, genetic testing, where we do the biopsy of the embryos in order to find out if their chromosomes and genes are good for transfer. from embryology, let's move on to andrological methods, where again, according to the results of partner spermogram, we can offer some extra methods that can help us to increase the success rate. You can choose between MAGS, which means magnetic activated cell sorting, a new generation of best quality sperm selection, or the microfluidic sperm sorting. I think you've probably heard of this because it's very frequent in IVF, and it's a modern method of sperm selection, and the sperm are passing through microbarriers which imitate environment of the female reproductive system. So it's more natural method used for improving the fertilization and the choosing of right sperm. Then our clinic is able to do the methods to surgically obtain sperm, and they are recommended when the ejaculate contains no sperm, or the concentration of sperm is low, or is abnormally shaped, or not fully developed. And I would like to mention our newest method to evaluate the DNA fragmentation in the sperm. And we recommend it together with standard spermogram because this value can tell us or can be the reason of repeated abortion or arrest of embryo development. So this value is very important. It can help us to know what to do next. Of course, we can also do some tests and treatments from your blood. Here are some of them, which are done at our clinic. First of all, it's the ERA test. I think you've already heard of it as well. It's a test that examines the receptivity of your endometrium thanks to biopsy. But we have the world's first non-invasive endometrial receptivity test, which is the last one, ORA test, which can define your receptivity from your blood. There we have also a preconception genetic test, carrier test, which can reveal hidden genetic defects in DNA, recommended before starting IVF, and a new approach to supporting fertility with autologous serum with treatment called Senakin. So when we go back to your first contact with us, we will go through your anamnesis, and then we can recommend what has to be done if you do not have the tests we need. For a woman, it will be basically blood draw and pelvic ultrasound. For men, we will do the spermogram, which tells us how we are able to fertilize the eggs. But we have also the possibility to help you on more spiritual level, let's say, and we offer some sessions of acupuncture, which can relieve from the stress of complex IVF journey. And it helps also to stimulate the fertility points in your body. Okay, we are getting to the most interesting part, I would say, the price. We put there the basic price without all the additional methods, okay? For IVF package, we are talking about 2,990 euros. And for egg donation package, is 5,450 euros. There are, of course, some small changes, or they can be, I think the best is to consult our price list, and of course our coordinator will tell you the exact price for each item or method. And we are slowly moving to the end. And to give you some time maybe to think about your questions, here are the most frequent ones from you, our patients. Where are you situated? So like I said, we are situated in Brno, second largest city of Czech Republic. Our city isn't too large, but I would say it's a perfect combination between a village and a big city. We can help you with accommodation, with transport, because most of us live here, so it is not a problem. And that is also the role of a coordinator. What is your time delay? Yeah, our time delay is pretty quick concerning IVF, but when you choose for egg donation, there has to be approximately 8 weeks to synchronize the cycle of the recipient and the donor. And of course, it takes some time to find the right donor for you. So when we are talking about IVF, I would say you can go under treatment in 1 month, top. But for egg donation, let's say 2 months. What kind of tests do we need before the treatment? When we are talking about IVF, we will need the hormonal profile of the woman. The AMH level is the most important, of course, the TSH as well, and a pelvic ultrasound. Then we need the STDs of both partners and the spermogram of the man. Can you give us prescriptions? Yes, our clinic is used to work with foreign patients, and we are able to give you the necessary prescription or document in order to provide you the medication in your country. We work also with some agencies or associations, and through them we are able to give you the medication you need. Okay. I think I've said all the important things. Thank you all for your attention. And I think you probably heard it. I will be honest with you why you should choose our clinic. It's not because of we have the best success rate or we have the nicest environment. I would say it's because our team really likes what he does, and he tries to do it the best without just getting your money and do whatever. We are really not like that. And if I would go through IVF, I would choose ReproGenesis without the part that I work here right now. Thank you. So I'm just going to sip a bit of water, and then I will start with the answers to your questions. Okay, I see Alva. I'm a single female, so I see it won't apply to me. So I'll log out now. Thank you. Yes, unfortunately, the couple has to be heterosexual, and it has to be a couple. Karen, is there an upper age limit for IVF and also of donor eggs? Yes. According to our experience, women after 40 years old have smaller chance for IVF with their own eggs. Of course, there are exceptions and everything's individual. So if you are over 40, and like to try IVF, we will check your hormonal level, and according to that, we will decide if this is possible for you. For donor eggs, the age limit is 49. I see a question from Winnie. Have you had patients living in the United States who were able to use prescription you provided? Yes, we have patients from United States, and they were able to get medication thanks to our prescriptions. Sorry. Aisha. I'm traveling from USA, New York. I got a test here. As per that, one of my tube is closed and my cycle is not regular. Can I come for IVF, and how many months do I need to? Yeah, you have, let's say, more complicated diagnosis. And the easiest way to have an answer to your question is to send us your medical report so we can give it to our IVF specialists and they can decide if it's worth the journey to us. But if I should respond at least partially, the regularity of your cycle is not a problem. We are used to work with that. And the same thing with your closed tube. Dora, is a hycosi needed before an IU process? Just to be sure, it means hysteroscopy? Dora, I don't know if you can hear me, but could you just type me an answer? Yes, okay. No, hysteroscopy normally isn't indicated before insemination process. But of course, you can have a particular uterus and the doctor can say that, yeah, let's do it before so we know what are we dealing with. But I would say basically no. Aisha is saying here, doctor said I can use my second tube or go for surgery to get it done. Can you share your detail to send the reports to you? Yeah, please do that, and we will talk afterwards after getting a feedback from our doctor. Winnie, what about patients with endometriosis? Does the IVF clinic treat patients with this condition and those with high FSH level in the 20s? Yeah, we are again used to patients with endometriosis and we are able to help them. So I would say it's a problem that can be resolved. And the same thing with high FSH level. Again, our doctor can recommend you what to do or what steps he recommends before the IVF journey or in order to get a successful IVF journey. Lucy, thank you for the information. Could you explain what role the IVF coordinator plays throughout the entire IVF process and how they support patients beyond the initial consultation? Yeah, that's a very good question. basically, the patients communicate all the time with the coordinator, with everything, and the coordinator communicates with the doctor, and then give the feedback to the patients. And the coordinator is here when you arrive to the clinic personally. She's here to help you with whatever feeling you have. Uh, she's not medical support, let's say, but she knows the drill. She knows what it's all about. But I think the more important for coordinator is the emotional level and administrative, which is, like everywhere there are a lot of papers that needs to be done, and a lot of things the patients need to know, and that is why the coordinator is here, so he or she can guide them through the treatment. But I would say that no question is bad for coordinator. She or he has to be able to give the patient all the support that the patient needs. Dora, in general, how many times do the couples need to visit the clinic in person? If a consultation is needed without an examination, can it be done online? Okay, how many times? It depends. When you are choosing IVF, you will arrive for the ultrasound, first or second folliculometry, and then you will stay a couple of days, let's say, and then it depends if you are going for fresh transfer or not. If you are going for egg donation, for example, there are 2 visits necessary, and between 2 visits is 5 days lab. And the consultation can be done online, of course. We can put you through via Teams. The doctor will go through everything with you online. The results will be sent through your coordinator, so that is not a problem. You don't have to come for personal consultation. L, what about egg freezing? I'm 39 without a partner. Is it possible to freeze my eggs in Czech Republic? L, yes, it's possible. Even though I can't tell you 100% regarding your age that the eggs will be of good quality. Again, the easiest or the fastest way we can tell you if it's possible or if it's recommended to you is to see your hormonal profile and your anamnesis. But the question, like it's now, yes, it's possible. Winnie, what's the best way to contact the clinic to inquire about IVF pricing? Okay, you can contact directly me. You see my email right now, I hope. And I can give you the price list. I can talk with you about everything. Or you can go to our website, and there you have the info address, email, where you can contact. And then, for example, according to your language, you can be associated to a particular coordinator. I will type you my email address in case. Do you work with, L is asking, do you work with sperm banks? Right now, we are working only with our own sperm bank in our clinic, but it is possible that in the future we will try to cooperate with a sperm bank in Europe. You're welcome. Yes, Lucy. Hi, Kateřina. Could you please tell me what are the latest advancements in embryology that the clinic uses to improve the chances of successful implantation and pregnancy? Well, for the embryology, I would say there is always something that is improving, which is good, of course. Right now, I think that I would say the methods of embryo monitoring, which is very important for our embryologists, so they can see how the embryos develop through the 5 days without disturbing them, and maybe when there are some arrests of the embryo development, they can see precisely which day it is happening. And I would also mention the Ph.D testing, genetic testing, which helps to find the embryos which are not recommended for transfer, and by that decrease the chance of abortion. You're welcome, Lucy. We have still a couple of minutes, so if you have some more questions, don't hesitate. I'm here. But like I said, I know it takes time to decide where or what clinic choose for IVF. You have my contact, my email address. Even if it should be for one email, one message, it's worth it. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Uh, I will answer you, and I will try to help you if I can, and if our clinic can. You're welcome. I know it's a very difficult journey, emotionally, physically, mentally. Uh, uh, Almost every time you have some questions, some problems, some fears, and it's completely normal. And I I'm trying my best to understand every single patient, to in order to provide him, her the best care and to try to answer his needs. And every patient is different. Every patient has different diagnosis, different embryo development, for example. So yeah, I really like my job, and I think that's exactly how an IVF coordinator should feel this work. And it's not only administrative and emailing all day. No, it's a communication on emotional level with the most intimate things in your life. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you again for listening, and I'll be happy to welcome you maybe one day at our clinic in Brno. Thank you. Have a good evening, and bye.